afternoon. We are here with Josiah Muriithi, the headmaster of Girgir Primary School, and we're going to ask some questions, and thank you for your availability. So the first question I wanted to ask is what are the main difficulties that the Girgir Primary School faces nowadays?
Thank you so much. I'm Josiah Muriithi, the head teacher at Girgir Primary School. The difficulties that we are facing currently, we have several, but I'll try to prioritize in terms of the needs. One is on food. We require food for the scholars learners because the food that we are receiving from the government is not enough when it comes, and the learners require the food so that they can be able to be sustained in school. So that's one of our challenges at the moment. We also need a school fence so that we can be able to fence the whole school compound of 20 acres, maybe with a permanent concrete wall, so that we can stop encroachment by wild animals, by people who want to get the school land and to use as a private land. So once it is fenced, we can be able to establish greenhouses in the school. Now that we have water, we can have the greenhouses where we can do farming, we can do a lot of kitchen gardening, we can plant all the types of vegetables that can help the learners to have good health so that they can be able to learn. The other one, we have a problem with our classes. They require renovation, and this renovation will come with the painting, the floors being renovated with new tiles. Yeah. Then we have a classroom that we have two classes. Basically, they are made of asbestos, and this asbestos, we have been advised by the health department that they are not good or safe for the learners, because when it rains, the mixture of the rainwater and the components that have made the asbestos, they are poisonous, they are harmful to learners, they can cause kidney problems. So we have been advised that we remove the two roofs from those classes so that we can put up the iron sheets which are not harmful. Then we have this challenge of having not enough latrines or toilets where learners can go for calls of nature. If we can get enough latrines in the school, it would really help. Then on the issue of dining hall, our learners, once they get their meals, they don't have anywhere where they can shelter. So if we can get a dining hall, a modern dining hall with a composition of with a kitchen, modern kitchen, the food can be cooked, and then the learners can have their meals taken in an enclosed compartment where it is free from germs, from dust. So they basically feed under the trees, and if they can get that, we would really appreciate.
Head teacher Josiah, can you tell us a bit about yourself and a bit of your career as a government teacher here in Kenya?
I was employed as a teacher in the year 2005. That's when I started teaching in a school in Samburu Central Sub-County, and I've been a teacher for the last 18 years. That's the experience I have. And being a head teacher, I have an experience of 10 years as a head teacher.
So regarding the difficulties you face, can you talk to us about what the Kenyan government does right now to help you and what more can be done?
Yeah, the Kenyan government supports the school. We have two accounts being operated by the head teacher and the board of management of the school. And the government gives some capitation. Every term, the capitation that is supposed to cater for some minor needs of the learners. But you find that the school's challenges, they are more than what the government provides. So if we can have more additional funding, we could do better, because the funding that the government gives is not enough to cater for everything. And then if you look at the parents, most of our learners, they come from very, very humble backgrounds. The parents do not have enough money to support the education system, whereby they don't have money to contribute in the learning of their learners. Once they bring the learners to school, they only purchase maybe the uniform, maybe 1 or 2 exercise books. And if the government has not, all the money from the government has delayed, you find that the learners don't have anything that they can use in the school. In terms of meals, the same way, the government provides us meals. The meals that we get from the government, they do not last that long. Like I remember 1 year ago, we stayed for a whole year without any meals. There was no food, just because of the post-corona issues, and the elections in Kenya. So you find that the food that we receive, it may run the school, but it is not enough. Even the food rations that we provide, they are not enough for the learners. So we really need the support to help these learners.
So who are the main external actors supporting the school, and how have their contributions helped the development of the school?
Yeah, we are very lucky to have had a very supportive partnership with Maisha Marefu. And Maisha Marefu, they have really supported this school. They have sunk for us a borehole, a water borehole that we are having. Currently, the completion is ongoing. We expect to have water running in the school in the next maybe 1 or 2 weeks. Through Maisha Marefu, we have been able to have our dormitories for both boys and girls renovated, repainted. Through Maisha Marefu, they have bought us 300 mattresses for our boarders, for our boarding learners. They have bought us the Macintosh covers for the same mattresses, so that they may last longer. Maisha Marefu, they have bought us 200 desks. They have bought us 100 lockers, all that we are going to use in our classes, where we had so many desks. They had been destroyed. The same way Maisha Marefu supporting our boarding learners. They have continued to provide us with food rations that are running the learners in the school, and we expect that support will continue, because it is really encouraging these learners to be in school. Like when we came back just 3 days ago from our midterm, I had a meeting with the boarders' parents, the parents with the boarding learners in the school. 100 of them came, and they really appreciated the support that we are getting, and they have agreed that they are going to bring in more learners in the boarding section, so that they can continue enjoying the good work that is being given to us by Maisha Marefu. And we also seek other partners can come in and assist Maisha Marefu together to make the learners have a good learning atmosphere, grow holistically, and become responsible citizens in future.
So you touched upon the importance of nutrition and the food shortages you experienced in the past and you're experiencing today. So regarding student nutrition, could you explain to us its importance when it comes to attendance and as well the learning abilities of the students? How important it is for them to have a balanced diet to be able to learn effectively?
From the health lineage of the perspective, a balanced diet is very important to a learner. One, if a learner gets a balanced diet in school, that learner will have the cognitive development of the brain, whereby the concentration span will be enhanced. And then at the same time, if the learner gets that food which is balanced, you'll find that that learner is well retained in school, doesn't miss lessons, he doesn't waste time going home to look for food. So it is very important that this learner gets that balanced diet and they have enough food that can sustain them in the 8 hours of learning, normal learning during a day. Yeah, it's very important that they have that balanced diet.
And considering the attendance, how is food supply in the school going to affect the attendance rate?
Yeah, there is a great correlation between food and learners coming to school, and at the same time the learners being retained in school. You find that most of the parents around who have given us their children, most of them they are pastoralists, whereby they have to move away from their homes in the morning to go and look for after animals, or to go and egg for a living, to do manual jobs. So these learners having food in school, it will really help them to be retained in the school, and also it will relieve the burden to the parent, because if they are the day scholars, once they have enough food in school, even if the mother doesn't get enough food for the supper, maybe that food can sustain that child up to the following day, because we have those cases, several of them, whereby the food they take in school is the only meal they have. So if they don't take anything in school, they might end up even not having any other food at home, because maybe the parent has come back without anything. Maybe he went to look for a manual job and then not get anything to offer to their child. So this food, having food in school is of great importance. One, retention of learners in school, encouraging parents to bring them to school, because at home they don't have enough money to buy the food. So once the food is there, the learners will flock in. Yeah, there is no day when we have had food in school and we don't have learners. But the moment there is no food, you find that even these learners, they run away from school. They want to be away so that they can assist their parents to look for food wherever they may find it, or to look for jobs where they can be able to be paid and be able to buy food.
Before, you mentioned the water that was found recently here, thanks also to the support of Maisha Marefu here at the school. And so we would like to ask, how will this water deposit benefit the school and its students, and what are the new possibilities that finding water can unlock?
Thank you. This school, if I may give you some historical background of the school was established in 1963, and since then the school did not have any permanent source of water. Most of the times the school could get water from the father in charge of the Catholic Church parish, or we could buy water from the water bozzers, and it was really affecting the learning in the school. Now that we are going to have our own water, there are so many opportunities that are coming up. One, the hygiene of the learners, the hygiene of the school environment, the cleanliness, the dormitories, the classes. It will improve immediately once we get the water. Secondly, the learners will have water for cooking, water for bathing, water for drinking. It will be a problem solved. Then we'll have water that we can use for irrigation in the school. We can develop farms, we can develop greenhouses, we can plant trees all around our school, the whole school compound. We can have trees, we can have farms where we can grow crops, instead of now relying on food or donations from outside. We can be able to farm our own crops. we grow our own crops in the school compound, and we can become self-reliant with the support that we can get if that water will be enough for all of us. And we believe, we have been advised the water will be enough. So things will change. This environment will change. Everything will change in the positive way. And we really appreciate it. Yeah.
So now that the water problem, which was one of the main ones, is in process of being solved, what further projects do you plan on developing with the help of future donations?
If we are supported with the availability of water, we can be able to do farming. If we get support, we can develop greenhouses, which I really request that we have in the school. Then if we can get support in renovations of our classrooms, if they get tiled, if we have enough latrines, if we are supported to have latrines, if we are supported to have a fence so that we can enclose the whole school, so that everything inside the school, if it is farming, it is secure. The children, they cannot sneak outside, go right out of the school. If it is the wild animals, we cannot have that what you call the human-wildlife conflict. The elephants and the hyenas, they usually bypass through the school compound. If we can have a permanent fence, that one can be something of the past. And if we can be supported to plant trees, because trees with water being available, it can really work for us so well. The dining hall, the hall where we can do games in the what we call like an auditorium, or a hall where we can amphitheater, a vision for future where we can have games being conducted, indoor games being conducted. If we can have a laboratory for the junior secondary school that we have, yeah, just to mention a few. Yeah, if we get this support, it will really help us to make sure that we meet the dreams of these learners.
As a final question, now despite the challenges that the school needs to face and lie ahead, are you confident that with the right work, funding and persistence, some considerable results can be achieved here at the Girgir School?
Yeah, I'm very optimistic. Despite the challenges that we are facing, these challenges, we are going to turn them into opportunities. So I'm optimistic that at the end of the day, with the sponsorship that we are getting, with the support that we are getting, and the one that we'll get in future, things will change for the better. So I know everything will work out in the best way possible. Yeah, and these learners will have an atmosphere that is friendly to them, where they can learn and they can enjoy to be learners at Girgir Primary School. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.